What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with RK Outpost and GeeksandGamers.com, and we all know that it is a different NBA today. In the NBA of the past, people used to pride themselves on getting it done with their team, sticking with their team and their city, and trying to bring a championship back. That is long gone, as so many players seemingly change teams each and every year. Some of them to go and team up with other superstars in pursuit of a ring. We've seen players like Lebron James fail to get it done by themselves and only be able to succeed when they go with other superstars on their team, other incredible talents that they have to go to in order to win a ring. We call that out all the time. We love trashing people like LeBron James for doing things like that, and of course, focusing on woke social justice, identity politics, and effectively destroying the league. But it's also fun when other people are the ones that are throwing shade at LeBron James. When I can point to a former professional athlete, an NBA Hall of Famer, and say, look, this guy doesn't have much respect for that either. Take a look at this headline. Reggie Miller says he wouldn't have dreamed of trying to join another star, even if it was Michael Jordan. And here's the quote: "If Michael Jordan would have called me and tried to sway me to come to Chicago, I would have told him to go fuck himself," says Reggie Miller. Now, obviously, a lot of people drew direct comparisons to LeBron James. This was not a question about LeBron James. This is actually an article about Steph Curry. Obviously, Steph Curry has been in the middle of some super teams himself. But that first Warriors team, before KD got there, that was all just through draft picks. I mean, Steph, Clay, and Draymond Green were all draft picks. They got a quality veteran free agent signing in Andre Iguodala, but that team was built from the ground up, which I think a lot of people respected. This article is from Nick Friedel, where he's talking about, Steph Curry's legacy, what he means to Golden State, and what he means to that city and that franchise. They started talking to Reggie Miller, Dirk Nowitzki, and Jerry West. Three dudes who are all-time great shooters who spent their entire careers with one team. They asked basically if you ever thought about leaving. Here is the question. Was there ever a point you felt like you might leave? Any superstar pitches to join forces? Here's Reggie Miller. No. And if Michael Jordan ever would have called me and tried to sway me to come to Chicago, I would have told him to go fuck himself. I'll be coming to see you on I-65 or whatever that highway is. I'll be down to see you. Now, you gotta understand the kind of attitude that Reggie Miller had in that 90s era that obviously was so prevalent for him. It was not everybody buddy. It was not, hey, we're calling each other in the offseason, but no, they were competitors. They were competitors, and they wanted to absolutely fucking destroy each other on the court. That's how a lot of people wish it would be now. But of course, we are now in the age where all these guys are best friends with each other. All these guys, hey, let's all go team up on this team and try to win a ring, guys, instead of building something where they are. I think a lot of people have respect for what players like Reggie Miller, people like Michael Jordan, people like that did, even for those that didn't win rings. But he does continue on. "I never came close to going anywhere else. Contemplating or other teams sniffing around, like the Knicks, possibly. I already had a storied history against them, right? I couldn't go there. And if there was ever a place I would have wanted to have gone, it would have been to come back home and play for my hometown Lakers, and my mentors being Magic, Byron Scott, and Michael Cooper. So there weren't a lot of options, which was good for me. In today's game, some of these guys get like 6 or 7 teams, which is incredible. I personally did not have that." They move around. They talk to Dirk Nowitzki, who says, hey, listen, I was a free agent once, but I really decided I wanted to stay home and win it for Dallas. He says Kobe even called him one time, and he was like, nah, man, I can't do that. I got to stay in Dallas. Jerry West says, hey, there were times when I might have wanted to go somewhere else, but I ended up staying in Los Angeles. I loved everything about LA, the fans, the weather, and that's where Jerry West stayed. A very interesting interview and very interesting reaction from Reggie Miller, and I think we all understand it. That has to be a little bit of shade. That has to be a little bit of shade that Reggie Miller is throwing to people like Kevin Durant, people like Kawhi, people like Paul George, people like, obviously, LeBron James himself, the master of this. LeBron James, who left Cleveland to go to Miami to team up with Dwayne Wade, to be the Robin to Dwayne Wade's Batman, and Chris Bosh, of course, came along too. Didn't go back to Cleveland until they got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. And then, of course, went out to LA to team up with other top 5 player in the league, Anthony Davis. LeBron James is a disgrace. Reggie Miller knows it. Reggie Miller knows that that is absolutely bitch made. And this is his little way of throwing shade at all these super teams out there. What do you guys think about Reggie Miller's comments? Do you think it was directed at anyone specifically, or more just, hey, even if Michael Jordan called, I wouldn't have gone? Kind of talking about himself more than really an indictment on anyone else. Let me know in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.